welcome back to another episode of Giovanna's Interviews. Our guest today for the very first episode of Giovanna's Interviews, he is the voice of Noddy in the hit PBS Kids show Make Way for Noddy, and the voice of Frak in Lego Ninjago's Dragons Rising. My guest today is David A Kaye. Well, Giovanna and David, take it away. To Giovanna's Interviews, I'm your host Giovanna. With me today, I got a very special guest joining me. You may know him as the voice of Noddy in the hit PBS Kids show Make Way for Noddy, and you may know him as the voice of Frak in Lego Ninjago's Dragons Rising. Please welcome my guest. Please welcome David Kaye. David, welcome. How are you?
Hello, I'm so well. Thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you so much for coming on. So David, of course, I know who you are, but to people who don't know who you are, could you please introduce yourself and talk a little bit about yourself?
Sure. My name's David Kaye. I'm based in Vancouver, Canada. I'm an actor and a voice actor and an acting coach, and I love cooking and soccer, and I collect weird things.
That's awesome. Thank you. So I like to start off with every interview asking this question. So I want to know, how did you get started as a voice actor?
Um, I was a child actor in like film and TV. I started that when I was like four-ish. And then when I was about 10 or 11, I started auditioning for voiceovers. And I booked my first big voiceover was Make Way for Naughty. And I did a hundred episodes of that in like 2000 or something.
Way before I was even born. I wasn't born
Way
until
before.
2005. I wasn't born until 2005.
Okay, yeah. So my voice acting career is a little bit older than you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of how I got started, and then I just kept doing it. It's so much fun.
Awesome. Thank you. So now I want to talk about your shows. So I want to first start off talking with Make Way for Naughty. So you did Naughty for a really long time, from 2001 to like 2006. So what was it like doing Make Way for Naughty?
So I actually only did Naughty for the first hundred episodes, and then
Oh,
and then my voice changed because, puberty and stuff.
yeah.
So I actually couldn't do the voice anymore. So I,
Oh,
I was recast after the first hundred episodes.
okay, okay.
Yeah,
So you worked with a lot of really cool people on Make Way for Naughty. I know you
I
worked with
did.
Michael Dobson,
Yes, I
uh,
love him.
Britt Mikhip, Tabitha St. German. So what was it like working with the voice cast of Make Way for Naughty?
It was really fun. We only did a few episodes all together. But I did many episodes with Mr. Dobson. I kind of always look at him as, one of my voiceover mentors when I was
Yeah,
younger. I don't know about most, but a lot of my episodes were just me and him.
yeah.
And for a kid who's just starting out,
Mhm.
having somebody who, is like G.I. Joe and Dragon Ball Z and Ninja
Yeah,
Turtles is like kind of a big deal.
right.
So, I attribute a lot of what I learned early on to him, and I always love seeing him, and I always love working with him, and I think
Yeah.
he will always hold a very special place in my heart.
So this is a question I've wanted to know ever since I was like little. Is Naughty a male or a female?
Um, I don't know that it specifies. I think in the Enid Blyton books, like the original
Yeah.
books,
Mhm.
I think he's a boy. I think it references him as a boy, but
Yeah.
I don't. I don't know that it actually specifies.
Mhm.
I have
Yeah.
to rewatch it.
Okay. Do you still know how to do the Naughty voice in 2025 or no?
I know how to do it. I just don't think I can anymore.
Could you maybe try?
I can try.
Okay.
So how I did the voice when I was 11 was I just talked in my normal voice. So
Okay.
this is what Naughty sounds like 25 years later.
All right. Let's
This
do
is the
let's
Naughty. This is the
hear
Naughty.
it. Let's hear it.
I don't know. It probably sounds something like ride a bike, pet a kangaroo. Truly very many things to do. Something like that. That sounds almost
Okay, cool.
like
Thank you.
SpongeBobby, maybe.
Maybe, maybe. And I know you got to work with two amazing voiceover directors, Michael Donovan, and also one of the people who does currently Zane right now in Ninjago, Brent Miller. So, what was it like working with Michael Donovan and Brent Miller as voiceover directors?
So Michael Donovan also taught me so much about voice acting. He was really instrumental in kind of launching my voice career, I think. Um, and I will be eternally grateful to him. Um, as far as I actually don't think I worked with Brent
Noddy?
on Naughty.
He was a voiceover director for Noddy, actually.
I
He was
think
one of the voiceover.
later. I
I
think
think so,
later.
probably. I don't really know, but yeah, that's cool. But and did you ever do work for PBS Kids Sprout for Noddy or no?
I don't remember. It was such a
Oh,
long
that was
time
like
ago.
2005. Yeah. I
Yeah, so that was
know.
after that was after me.
Oh, okay, okay. So that was another voice actor who did Noddy.
Yes. And in fact, I remember um I hadn't been told that I'd been recast yet, and went into the studio one day to record another show,
Mhm.
and I saw like everybody from Naughty, and they were all sitting around in the lobby. I was like, "Hey guys, how's it going?" And they were like, "Oh, no.
New voice actor.
You're doing the Christmas special right now." And then the new kid walked out, and I was like,
Oh,
"Oh, my heart. Oh."
oh no.
But I knew I had aged out.
Yeah,
It wasn't lost on me. Like the last few episodes that I recorded, like I was really pitching my voice up and I was
yeah.
having to like fix it a little bit in post. So
Yeah, I grew up watching Make Way for Naughty. I grew up watching the show when I was like little. It was a really cool show.
awesome. I'm
Yeah,
so happy to hear that.
thank you. All right, now I want to get on to Ninjago's Dragons Rising. And like I showed you earlier, I have Frak's buddy, Aaron.
Aaron!
So what's it like working on Ninjago's Dragons Rising nowadays, like working with the voice cast?
It's super fun. And now that we're kind of out of the whole pandemic recording style, everybody's back together
Oh, you
again.
guys are?
Yeah. Well, for the most part, there's a few people who have to record remotely because they don't live in Vancouver anymore.
Yeah.
Like Aaron, he records out of Toronto.
Oh yeah,
Sometimes
Devin
he comes
Mack.
in.
I actually
Yes.
told Devin Mack I was doing this interview with you on his Twitch.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I told him.
So,
I was like, "Hey, I'm interviewing David Kaye." He's like, "Hey, tell him I said hello." So yeah,
hello, Devin. So
I'll let him know you
Devin,
said hi. I'll let him know. I'm going on his stream tomorrow, so I'll let him know you said hi.
excellent. So yeah, Devin usually records out of Toronto, I think. And
Okay.
when he does come to Vancouver to record, though, he always brings pie.
Yes, I know.
And
He's such a good pie baker.
he bakes such good pies. And I like to think that Frack taught him that.
Yeah.
Mm.
So what's it like voicing Frak?
Super fun. He's one of my favorite characters to voice right now. And he's always so fun, and like even when he's scared or angry, like
Yeah.
there's this really genuine energy about him.
Yeah.
And it, every time I'll say this about the Ninjago cast is that every time I go in there, I laugh so hard I either almost cry or I cry.
Yeah. The voice cast are amazing. Like I actually got to meet Brent Miller actually.
Yeah. Oh, like in person.
No, no, virtually. My college that I go to, I go to a life skills college. We have a podcast, Club Young Grover podcast, and we did a Lego episode. I asked my teacher, I said, "Hey,
I heard that episode.
you did?
I listened to it.
No
Yeah,
way!"
when you reached out to me to do this, I looked you up and I saw the one with Mr. Miller and I was like, okay,
That's awesome. What'd you think of the episode?
loved it.
Thank you. Yeah, it was really fun. I actually asked my teacher, and she's like, "Yeah, of course we can do it."
Yeah,
So
you're a great
I
host.
got in contact with Bren. I emailed him, and my teacher was like, "Oh my gosh, that's awesome that you emailed him." So
Yeah.
yeah, but there's a lot of amazing voice cast though of Ninjago, and I mean,
So
we just got, and I mean, Frak debuted in season two, part two, during part of the Tournament of the Sources.
yes.
That was
Um,
really cool.
it was super fun. And yeah, I mean, I think that the dynamic of the show is really cool. You know how in Dragons Rising, we have like the new wave of or the
Yeah.
new generation of ninja.
Mhm.
Um, so it's cool to also get to work with the original ninja. and
Yeah.
just kind of see how that dynamic goes.
Yeah, you have like incredible voice actors. I mean, you have like Vincent Tong, Brent Miller, Michael Adams White, who've been doing Ninjago for 14 years.
Yeah.
And like you have like Andrew Francis, and basically like a lot of awesome, amazing, cool voice actors. And now like with the new generation, with you doing Frak, Kazumi Evans doing Wildfire, Sabrina Pride doing Sora,
Yeah.
and yeah, Sabrina doing Sora, and Dev Mack doing
Yeah.
Air.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know season three, part one just got released, and I haven't even told anybody about this yet, but I actually watched season three, part one a day early on Pluto TV.
Okay.
Yeah, people were posting it on Instagram. They're like, season three, part one is on Pluto TV. I'm like, this is not true. I actually went on to Pluto TV on my phone, and it was
Yeah.
actually true. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm watching like all 10 episodes in one night.
Binge the first
Yeah,
part in one
because I
night.
wasn't going to
Wow.
school. Because I wasn't going to school the next day because I had a
Okay.
doctor's appointment. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do that. So I watched all 10 episodes, and I didn't get finished with season three, part one until 12 midnight.
Okay.
Yeah, and then basically then the next day I checked, and then Netflix decided to remove like half of the seasons of Ninjago.
Of the original series.
Yes. Basically,
Yeah.
they removed the Masters of Spinjitzu, Sons of Garmadon, Hunted, and March of '09. And then for Ninjago, they removed the island, Seabound, and Crystallized.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and now people are like not happy. And then weeks later, and I think, or it was like the next day or like a few days after, then people were posting like half of season three, part two.
Mm,
Basically, they were doing that.
okay.
Did you find out like on social media that people were doing it or not really?
Wait. Season three, part two's out?
Not yet. It's not coming out till September, but people are posting about it on
Oh, they're
social.
posting about it. Yeah.
Yeah, like they're posting like full episodes and clips for some weird reason.
I guess it got leaked. I
Yeah,
don't know. I don't know anything about that.
no,
Um,
I just found out
I'm
about it. I was like, whoa. I was like, and I was like, it's already like a week, and like people are already posting about it. Like, what the heck?
I don't even know when part two airs, but I'm really
I
excited.
think it's coming out in September.
Oh, it's so long.
I know, right? It's like coming out like a few months before my birthday. My birthday's in October. It's like on the 13th.
Okay, so it's like a little early birthday present.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know the new Ninjago sets are coming out on August 1st. Are you gonna get any of the new Lego Ninjago sets?
I'm gonna have to look at them to see what's coming.
All right.
But I might. I'm not very good at Lego building, but
Oh,
but my cousin loves it,
yeah.
so maybe.
I love building Lego. I got like a ton of Lego sets. Like I put them like in my room. Like I have like a shelf where
Yeah,
like I used to have like the WWE wrestling figures. I have some wrestling. Like I got a lot of WWE wrestling figures over there, like on
cool.
my ring. That's where I used to put them. But then I was like, because I used to put my Ninjago sets on my desk, and then I was like, you know what? I need more room. So I put it on my shelf, and then I was like, well, I'm getting more sets, so I need more room. So I put
Anymore.
it on top of my dresser in my closet, and then I put it up on some shelves. So I got like a boatload of like Ninjago and Dream sets.
Excellent.
So yeah,
Excellent.
I love building Lego. Like I love building Lego, and I love watching Ninjago. I love watching Dreams. It's all really cool.
Hmm.
So yeah, I would say that is really cool.
Yeah,
All right, David. Well, I have some questions for you.
sure.
I typed these up on my own. So my first question is, how did you learn to do the voice of Noddy in Make Way for Noddy?
Again, it was just like my natural voice at the time with a little bit more musicality.
Mhm. What were the auditions like for Frak in Ninjago?
Okay, so I auditioned for Ninjago so many times, like the original
Oh,
Ninjago.
wow.
I auditioned so many times. I don't even know how many times, but like easily 10, 15, 20 auditions over the years.
Okay.
Um, and I never got it. And I,
Oh.
I actually started getting a little bit frustrated every time I was getting another word. I was like, I don't have any more voices for them. Like I've done every voice I have. I don't know what they want. They know what I sound like.
Yeah.
Stop
Who was
calling
the
me in,
first
I
character?
guess.
Who was the first character you auditioned for when
I
you
don't
did?
even, I don't even remember because again, that was what, 14 years
That was
ago?
probably like 2010 or 11, I think.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I don't even remember, but there are quite a few characters that I auditioned for over the years that like now I've seen them and I know who did them and I was like, oh yeah, they're
Yeah.
way better than me anyways. Okay, I get it.
Yeah. And then you got
Um
Brack.
and then I got Frack.
Yeah.
And I'm actually really happy I got Frak because I think out of all of them, for me, he's the most fun.
Yeah, Frak is awesome. I love Frak. He's very funny.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's the writing mostly.
Yeah. And since we are on the topic of Frak, this question is for Frak. When did Frak and Aaron meet each other? So Frak, when did you meet Aaron?
Uh, well, we met back at home. We were little kids. We were playing together, and he was getting bullied one day. So you know we fought bullies.
I actually remember watching that episode, and actually, when I heard the bully voice, and I actually immediately recognized that was Brent Miller. I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's Brent!" He actually does a really good kid voice. He actually does a really good kid voice.
He does.
Yeah,
He's so talented. I mean, the cast is next level. And the cool thing about going to record is like I'm so wildly entertained watching these people apply their
yeah,
craft.
yeah.
And it's a learning experience every time I go in.
Awesome. Yeah. Do you have any Make Way for Naughty toys?
I have one statue, like trophy, a Make Way for Naughty trophy somewhere.
Really?
Yeah, that the original production company sent me. They had it made and they sent it to me.
Wow.
And it's actually an empty Naughty shampoo bottle on a
Oh.
that they emptied and mounted. Um, yeah,
Oh wow,
as like
that's
a
so
thank you
cool.
for doing the first 100 episodes.
Yeah. Thank you. Here's a trophy. Who's the funniest Ninjago voice actor?
Oh, that's really hard. Oh, that's so hard. Either Kazumi Evans or Ryan Beal.
Oh, I don't know who Ryan Beal is. I know Kazumi. Like I know Kazumi because she's done a lot of other characters, and plus she did
Ryan,
Adagio and My Little Pony, Question Girls.
yes. I mean, yeah. I always love Kazumi. Like Wildfire is one of my favorite characters. Wildfire is my favorite character.
Yeah.
She's amazing. Kazumi makes me laugh every time. But Ryan Beal, he plays Roby from the tournament.
Oh, Roby. Yeah.
Yeah, and Ryan is maybe one of the funniest people I know,
Yeah.
period, outside of Ninjago. He's an amazing comedian and improviser, and like the choices he makes when he reads the lines are like I don't even know where they come from, and they're
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah.
But Devin, I could go on. Like Vincent is
Oh,
hilarious.
Vincent is so funny.
Michael is hilarious. Devin's hilarious. It's really hard to pick, but I'd
Yeah.
say either Kazumi or Ryan.
Yeah. Whenever I see Roby on Ninjago, I always go, "Hey, it's Roby."
Yeah.
I I always do that. Yeah. What was your reaction when you got casted in Ninjago?
I was so excited. I was
Yeah.
like, again, because I told you I'd auditioned for Ninjago so many times. I was like, yes, finally.
Yeah. Who's your favorite Lego Ninjago character, but it can't be your character?
Wildfire.
Cool. Mine,
Hands down, no questions asked, Wildfire.
cool. Mine is Lloyd and Zane. I love Lloyd and Zane. I'm a big Lloyd and Zane fan.
That's fair. They have, I mean, they also have like so much more. I guess I'm thinking of Dragons Rising specifically.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I guess in Ninjago, maybe Kai?
Ooh, Kai's a good one. I really like
Kai's
Kai.
great. Maybe I just like fire characters, Wildfire and Kai.
Yeah, they're awesome. Favorite Lego Ninjago voice actor?
Like as a person or as an actor?
And, as an actor,
Oh, that's so hard. Like just for Ninjago or like
just for
cumulatively
Ninjago,
for everything they
just
do?
for Ninjago. You could be honest.
I think Kazumi. Honestly, um, yeah,
All right, cool.
Kazumi's great. But
Mine is what?
but I was gonna say again, actually, maybe Brian Drummond,
Okay, yeah, Brian Drummond is another really good actor.
legendary voice
Oh
actor.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He's done so many amazing characters.
Yeah,
My favorite Ninjago voice actor is Brent Miller. I love Brent.
yes,
I love Brent.
he's so good.
Brent is so funny.
Um, I haven't had that many episodes with him
Mhm.
though. So like even though I've worked with him on other projects
Yeah.
before, I haven't had that many episodes with him on Ninjago yet.
Okay. Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Funniest memory working on Ninjago.
Funniest memory working on Ninjago. Oh, that's really hard. Like I said, like every time I go in there, I'm laughing so hard I'm either crying or almost crying. So
Yeah.
I think my favorite memories are just watching people work.
Yeah.
It's just every time is such a treat. It's such a absolute pleasure to work on this show.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, it's a really great show. I mean, like, if you're bored, just sit down and watch it. I mean, I completely watched the whole entire Ninjago series.
Not in one sitting.
No, 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 no,
No.
definitely not. No, I can't do that. I can't do
What
that. No.
what's the most episodes you've binged in a row?
Oh gosh. Well, what I mainly do with the Masters of Spinjitzu, I do 2 episodes per day. So like I'll do Sunday I'll do 2 episodes. Monday I'll do 2 episodes. Tuesday I'll do 2 episodes. So I'll do 2 episodes per day.
Right.
And then like when I got onto Ninjago, because those were like 11 minutes, I did 4 episodes per day. And then when I did Dragon's Rising too, because they're only 22, 23 minutes, basically.
Right. Except
So
for when season 3 part 1 came out and then you just watched the whole part 1.
yes, the part two. Wait,
Oh,
was
part
no
2.
part one? Part one.
Part 1.
Part one. There we go.
You
Yeah,
got,
did that all in
you
one
got a
day.
link on that leak or what?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay, this is another Frak question. What does Frak and Aaron like to do when they're not fighting the villains? So like when they're not fighting Cinder and Roz, basically, those villains.
Um, I'd say bake pies, probably.
Ooh. Yeah.
Or I mean, before it would be playing ninjas. Like when
Yeah.
they were kids, playing ninjas.
Who is which? Who is Frak and Aaron? Which ninja would they play which?
Um, I'm trying to remember. I think Lloyd and Cole.
Oh, cool. Yeah, they're cool ninjas.
I think Lloyd and Cole. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, what's your favorite Ninjago season?
Ninjago or Dragon's Rising?
Both. You can say both if you want to.
I honestly, I think for Ninjago, it's season 1. It's the one that
Awesome.
it kicked it off. There's
Yeah.
without that season,
Mhm.
I wouldn't be playing Frack.
Of course. Yeah.
Um, and then for Dragon's Rising, season 3,
Yeah.
and
I'm
you'll
very
have to
excited.
wait to see why.
Yes, I'll have to wait till season three, part two comes out in September. But I'm very
Yeah.
excited for season three, part two to come out. I'm very excited for it.
Yes.
That's cool. What's your favorite childhood TV show?
Ooh, that I used to watch.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh, I had so many. Um, maybe Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Good one.
That was really good. I'm gonna stick with that. I
Yeah.
could because I could list a
Oh,
bunch.
yeah. You can list like a million of them. Do you have a
Okay.
favorite Ninja Turtle?
It changed over the years.
Oh, wow.
So at the time I was watching it, it was Raphael.
Oh, yeah.
After I started watching it, I it was Michelangelo until maybe 2008 or 9.
Yeah.
And then I started learning how to use a bow staff. And then I was like, well, obviously it's Donatello.
Yeah. Wow.
And then and then in the last couple of years, actually Leonardo. So
Awesome.
I've gone through all of them
All the
since
phrases.
childhood to now.
All the
And
phrases.
and I think it just has to do with kind of where I'm at in my life and like the values that I have as a person.
Mhm.
But
Awesome.
I like all the turtles.
That's nice. Yeah, I like Michelangelo. Michelangelo's my favorite.
Party guy. He's
Yeah.
fun.
And then I have a friend, she loves Raphael.
Yeah, Raphael's great.
Yeah. What's your favorite part about being a voice actor?
It is my favorite part about being a voice actor is when I get to go into the studio, if I'm even if I'm by myself, but I prefer to do it with the other people. It's the unfiltered permission to play.
Nice, yeah.
Like one of the things about, when you're a little kid and you like play with your friends,
Mhm.
there's no rules. It's just
Right.
make like whatever your imagination can do,
Mhm.
that's what you can do.
Yeah, if anything you want to do, use your imagination.
Exactly. And it's the
Run
same for
wild.
me, it's the same thing with voice acting.
Yeah, run wild.
Absolutely. And they can always rein you in. They can always be like, oh, okay, that was a little bit too much. Let's
Yeah.
run it back a little bit.
Like,
But you can just
for yeah, like when you audition for stuff like for theater or drama or those other stuff, it's like, well, what are you gonna get? Like you audition and then like if you get a part you want, then you're like, okay, cool, I got the part. If you don't get a part that you like, you're like, okay, just deal with it.
yeah.
Like that, you know.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. All right. What's your favorite frack line?
Um, I'm trying to remember if it's come out or not. I don't know if I can say it. All I'm gonna ask you is, have you seen anything about puppets yet?
Oh yeah, that was that scene with Sora when Aaron and what not Aaron when Frack and Sora were making the pies and then yeah, and he was just like mixing the stuff. And I was like, have you heard about puppets, puppetry, that other stuff?
Yes, Frak is scared of puppets. So I don't think my favorite line has come out yet, so I can't say it.
Okay, don't. Um,
But when it happens, you'll be like, that's what he was talking about.
yeah, I can tell you what my favorite Frack line is.
Yep.
So my favorite frack line, and I'm gonna try to remember the line. If not, then maybe you could remember the line. But it was that scene with Sora, and Frack was like, when I get claustrophobic, I just like to breathe in and hiss it out.
Yeah,
That one,
that's a good one.
that one was one of my favorite because I actually laughed so hard, and
Good.
I
I'm
just and
glad.
I watched it on TikTok, and I was just sitting there laughing. Even when I watched the episode, I was like, oh my gosh, this is too hilarious.
That's great.
I just
I'm
like to breathe in and hiss it out. Hiss. I can't actually do a frack voice. No, I can't do a frack
that
voice.
was, that was close. That was pretty
Kind
close.
of. I mean, I know how to do a little bit of I know a few Ninjago voices. Like I know how to do Pixel. I know how to do Zane. A little bit of Nia, but not really too much.
Yeah. I can't do any of those voices.
Okay, what's your favorite naughty line?
Um, it's when he's being positive and he's like, I will, I will, I will, or I
Nice.
can, I do, I do, I do.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Um, this is another frack question. How do you feel that Aaron is now with Roz?
Me as the actor or Frack?
Frack.
Um, I think worried, confused, and maybe a little betrayed.
Yeah, I totally agree. Because I saw the last episode of season 2, part 2, and I remember when Aaron went with Roz and said, "Roz, you're gonna find my parents." I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, is Aaron a traitor? And now that season 3, part 1 just came out, and now Sora's going in with Aaron. I'm like, now are you both? What are you both doing?
It was very much like a dun dun
Dun,
dun.
dun, dun! Like a
Yeah.
big cliffhanger, like cliffhangers get very big.
Hmm.
Cliffhangers get very big.
Indeed.
All right. Favorite Make Way for Naughty episode.
Ooh. Oh, maybe the one where he builds a rocket.
Oh, I just watched that episode recently on
Did
my.
you?
I did. I watched a little bit of it. Oh, that was a cool episode. That was a cool one. My favorite, I really like Skittle in the middle. That one was my favorite because
Skittle in the middle's a good one.
yeah, because I like how that episode, how how Zippy didn't want to fall over basically, and
Yeah.
they're like Skippy didn't fall down.
It's crazy. I haven't talked about Make Way for Naughty in such a long time, haven't I? I'm getting like all these deep memories from the recesses of my mind being formed.
Yeah. You could be like, hey, everyone, I just interviewed this person and I got nostalgia back.
You did.
All right, cool. Any memories working on Make Way for Naughty?
Yeah. Okay,
Oh,
so
shoot, our time is running out. Ooh. Better make this
okay.
quick, quick.
I'll make it quick. I'll make it
And
quick.
then we'll do the last two ones and then I'll have to end off.
Okay, sounds good. So I used to come in and do the episodes pretty quickly, but every episode has a song,
Yeah.
right? And when I was 11 and 12, I was not a good singer.
Oh, yeah.
Not confident, and it oftentimes took me longer to do the like 16 bar song than it did to do the entire episode.
Yeah.
That's a memory I have from Naughty.
Nice. What do you like to do on your spare time when you're not voice acting?
Cooking. target sports,
Mhm.
soccer, and reading.
Nice. What's your least favorite Ninjago season?
Least favorite?
Yes, like a season you're not a fan of.
I don't have one.
Okay, well, that was the last question. I do want to quickly show you some drawings and a coloring page I did. So
Yes.
I did this drawing of Noddy and Bumpy Dog.
Oh, cute.
Thanks. I'm not a good artist or a good drawer, so.
I love it.
And then I did this one of Frak and Aaron.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And then I did this coloring page of Noddy.
Oh my gosh. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Nice. Well
Thank
done.
you. All right. Well, before we do go, could you quickly say Ninja Never Quit Ninjago in your Frak voice?
Say what?
Can you say Ninja Never Quit Ninjago in your Frak voice?
Sure. Ninja never quit. Ninja go!
Yeah. Well, everyone, thank you so much for watching this interview with David Kaye, the voice of Noddy and Frak. David, where can they follow you on social media?
You can follow me at the real David K on Instagram, and I'm never on Twitter. I don't even know. But if you follow me on Instagram,
I follow you on
you'll
Instagram and
know.
X and TikTok.
I don't remember the last time I've been on X or TikTok.
I think the last time you were on TikTok was 2022 because I was on it today. I think I was on it earlier today.
Okay, great. Well, I guess I gotta get back on X and TikTok.
Well, anyways, thank you so much. And like I said, I'm gonna link my interview channel in the description box below and my main social media in the description box below. But everyone, thank you so much for joining me on this interview with David Kaye. Thank you, David, for being my very first guest here today.
Thank you, Giovanna. It was a
Well,
pleasure.
anyways, you guys, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys give it a like, subscribe, turn on the post notifications so you know when I post, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.